Just think about it for a second. A national exam. We're talking millions of students and millions of handwritten answer sheets. The sheer logistical nightmare of collecting, distributing, and grading all that paper accurately and on time, it's just massive.
So how on earth does it get done? How do you make sure every student gets a fair shot when you're dealing with a number that big? Well, the answer isn't what you might think. It's not about giant rooms filled with stacks of paper anymore. It's all gone digital.
You see, India's Central Board of Secondary Education, you probably know them as CBSE, they tackle this problem head-on. They use this really sophisticated system called On Screen Marking, or OSM, and it completely transforms the whole process, turning this physical marathon into a super streamlined digital workflow. Okay, let's dive in and see exactly how this thing works, step by step.
So the whole thing kicks off with security. I mean, it has to, right? For an evaluator, the first step isn't picking up a red pen, it's logging into a really secure online portal. You can't just waltz right in. Access is protected by two-factor authentication. First, the evaluator pops in their user ID and password. Then, the system zaps a one-time password, an OTP, over to their registered phone. They've got to enter that 6-digit code to get in. It's a simple step, but it's absolutely crucial for making sure only the right people are looking at student answer sheets. Once they're in, the evaluator lands on their dashboard. You can basically think of this as their mission control for the whole grading operation. And this screen gives them a bird's eye view of everything. You can see the total number of evaluations they finished, how many they've knocked out today, and a list of the subjects they're assigned to. In this example here, for English Core Set 1, there are 88 scripts ready and waiting to be graded. When they're ready to go, they just click that big Start button, and boom! The system assigns them their first batch of scanned answer sheets. All right, now we get to the heart of it all, the actual grading. This is where the digital red pen comes out, and the marks start getting awarded. Now, one of the most important ideas in this whole system is something called step marking. Because, an answer isn't always just 100% right or 100% wrong. A question might have multiple parts, and a student could nail some of them but miss others. Step marking lets the evaluator give partial credit for each correct piece, which makes the grading way more detailed and, honestly, a lot more fair. So how does that actually work? Well, check this out. Over on the left, you've got the list of questions. When the evaluator clicks on a question that uses step marking, this little pop-up appears right on the answer script. It gives them a super clear menu of marks they can award for that specific step, from 0 all the way up to the max, sometimes even in half-point jumps. They just click the value that fits. Easy. But it's not just about awarding marks. Evaluators get a whole digital toolkit to annotate the script pretty much just like they would with a real piece of paper. Let's do a quick run-through of the most common tools they have. First up, the classic. What do you do when an answer, or just part of an answer, is flat out wrong? You grab the wrong mark tool. It's incredibly simple. The evaluator just selects the tool, clicks on the script, and it slaps a clean, unmistakable red X right over the incorrect part. No confusion there. Okay, but what if a student has written a whole paragraph that isn't wrong necessarily, but it's just completely irrelevant to the question? For that, they've got the crossline tool. This lets the evaluator just draw a line through whole chunks of text. And this is a brilliant little detail, because it's not marking it as wrong, it's signaling that it was read but wasn't considered for marks. That's a really important piece of feedback. Now, with dozens of pages in a single answer booklet, how do you make absolutely sure you haven't accidentally skipped one? This is such a clever and crucial feature. Evaluators have to place this viewed page annotation, that little eye symbol, on every single page of the script they look at. It's like a digital checkmark that proves they've seen it, ensuring nothing gets missed and creating a perfect audit trail. So, how does this all wrap up? The grading's done, the script is all marked up. Before an evaluator can officially submit their work, there are a few last checks and special cases to deal with. One of the most serious ones is the UFM, or unfair means flag. This gets used if a student has obviously tried to cheat, or if they've written abusive language, or even included personal details like a phone number trying to bribe the grader. Marking a script as UFM immediately sends it up the chain to a higher authority for review. It's a key tool for keeping the exam process clean. And on the technical side of things, there's the reject script function. I mean, what if a scanned answer sheet is super blurry, or it's missing pages? The evaluator can't give a fair grade. This button flags the script to be rescanned or fixed, making sure that a technical glitch doesn't end up hurting a student's score. And finally, we get to two buttons that might look similar but are worlds apart: save and submit. Save is your friend. It does exactly what it says, saves all your current marks and notes so you can take a break and come back later. But submit? Oh, submit is final. Once you hit that, all the marks are locked in, and that script can't be opened or changed ever again. It's like mailing a letter. Once it's in the box, it's gone. You only hit submit when you are 100% done.
When you look at it, this digital system brings incredible efficiency, consistency, and a whole new level of transparency to the table. It takes this monumental, almost impossible task and turns it into a secure, manageable workflow. And that really leaves us with a huge question, right? As this kind of technology gets better and easier to access, is this on-screen model pretty much the inevitable future for all major exams all over the world?